Hello and thanks for joining. This is the Python tutorial number 2, and today's topic is going to be an introduction to variables, and specifically we're going to talk about number variables and we'll talk about strings also. So the first thing is you can assign variables to anything, any characters that you like. In this case, we're just going to keep it really simple. We're going to say x is equal to 7. And I'm going to go ahead and say y is equal to 2, and let's make a value of z and make that equal to 3. Couple quick notes here is that you'll notice in Python I didn't have to put a semicolon, which many programming languages require at the end of lines, so you don't need that in Python. The other thing is I just put in the space here. For cosmetics, you don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is just provide a couple mathematical examples here. I'm going to say x plus y. And then I can do x minus y. And let's see, I can do x multiply times y. And then let's do a division. I can say x slash y. Okay, and you'll see in this case, these are all integers, whole numbers. In this case, it automatically converted that to a float, which is a number with a decimal point. Okay, so now a couple other quick things I want to share with you. You could compare numbers, like for example, you say x equals y, and that's either going to be a true or false, so that's a Boolean value. In this case, that's false. Of course, if x did equal y, the comparison would come back true. Okay, and I'll show you how that works. I'm going to go ahead and make y equal to 7. Okay, and by the way, if I want to copy that line, I can just click in front of it with my mouse, hit return, and repeat that command, and now you'll notice it's true. So that's how you test for a Boolean value. Okay, one other thing I wanted to share with you is you can check the mod by doing, I'll do x, let's see, I'll do x percent z. Okay, and so that's going to give you the remainder after the division is done. So x in this case is equal to 7, z is equal to 3, so that's going to be 2, and then you'll have 1 left over, and that's the mod 1 in this case. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and talk about strings really quickly. Strings work the same way with assignments as numbers do. So in this case, I'm going to call it str1, and I'm going to say hello world. You'll notice I put quotes around it. They can either be single quotes or double quotes. It doesn't matter. So now I've assigned the variable str1 to hello world, and I'm going to do str2, and I'm going to assign that to just say this is a test. Okay, now just like I did with the number variables, I can add these together or concatenate them essentially. And you'll see I have hello world, this is a test. You'll notice it's not very clean looking because there's not a space in between hello world and this is a test. So one thing I can do is I can go here and I can copy this out, just like I did before, but now I can add another entry in here. I can add a quote, period, space, quote, and then a plus again to add string 2. So now I have string 1 plus a period and a space plus string 2, and there you have hello world, this is a test. One important thing to note is you cannot add variables, string variables and number variables together. So I can't say str1 plus x. I get an error. Okay, and it'll come back and say can only concatenate string, not integer, to string. So what I can do is return a number variable as a string. And how I do that, and this is just temporarily doing, this isn't doing a full type conversion, But I can go here and I can say str to the variable of x and hit return. And now you see it returns 7 with the quotes around it, which indicates it's a text or a string. Okay, so now I can say str1 plus strx, and now I get hello world 7. And of course I could go back and add the the space and so forth in there if I wanted to. That's what I wanted to share with you today, and then the next tutorial we'll talk about some additional variables with list and dictionary. Thanks for joining. Take care.